In 1997, from the deepest, darkest trenches of the Pacific Ocean, scientists detected a sound. It was an ultra-low frequency rumble, so powerful it was louder than any known creature on the planet. What could possibly make such a noise? This is the story of the bloop, the sound no one can explain. Our story begins in the vast, unforgiving expanse of the South Pacific, about 2,700 kilometers west of the southern tip of Chile. The year is 1997. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, is listening. Scattered across this remote region is a network of highly sensitive underwater microphones, known as hydrophones. Originally placed during the Cold War to detect enemy submarines, this array was now repurposed for scientific discovery, eavesdropping on the secret conversations of the deep. On a seemingly ordinary day, the hydrophones picked up something extraordinary. A sound so immense, it was simultaneously registered by multiple sensors spaced over 5,000 kilometers apart. This wasn't a whale call, it wasn't a volcanic eruption, it was something entirely new. The sound profile was unique. It rose rapidly in frequency over about 1 minute and was of sufficient amplitude to be heard by multiple sensors. Scientists at NOAA were baffled. They analyzed the sound signature, a distinct audio profile they nicknamed the bloop. When they examined the waveform, they noticed something truly unsettling. The sound's characteristics bore a striking resemblance to the vocalizations of a living animal. However, there was a glaring problem. The sheer volume. The sound was several times louder than the call of a blue whale, the loudest animal on Earth. For a living creature to produce a sound of this magnitude, it would have to be of a size previously unknown to science, something truly colossal lurking in the crushing pressure of the abyss. The discovery sent ripples through the scientific community and captured the public's imagination. What was it? The mystery of the bloop deepened. The audio profile didn't match any known man-made sounds, like a submarine or a bomb. It was organic, almost biological. This led to a wave of speculation. The most popular and tantalizing theory was that of a massive, undiscovered sea creature. Could a leviathan, a real-life kraken, be hiding in the 80% of the ocean that remains unexplored? The idea of a mega creature far larger than any whale, roaming the sunless depths, was both terrifying and electrifying. Personally, I find the idea of something unknown lurking in the deep both fascinating and terrifying. The ocean is the last great frontier on our own planet, a realm more alien to us than the surface of the moon. To think that we could share our world with a creature of such immense scale, completely oblivious to its existence, is a humbling thought. It challenges our perception of what's possible and reminds us how little we truly know about the blue heart of our world. The creature theory wasn't the only one, of course. Other, more grounded explanations began to emerge. Some scientists proposed that the bloop could be the sound of a large-scale geological event, perhaps a massive underwater landslide or a submarine earthquake. But again, the audio signature didn't quite fit. The sound's distinct, evolving profile seemed more complex than the simple rumble of shifting earth. Another theory pointed towards secret military technology. Could it have been a new type of submarine, a classified experiment gone loud? The hydrophone array was, after all, originally built for military surveillance. It's plausible that a top-secret naval operation could have produced such a powerful and unusual noise. But governments are typically silent on such matters, leaving this theory firmly in the realm of speculation, with no evidence to support or deny it. The most compelling alternative explanation, however, came from the ice. Some researchers suggested the sound could be an icequake. This phenomenon occurs when enormous icebergs calve or break away from Antarctic glaciers. As these mountains of ice crack and fracture or scrape against the seafloor, they can generate powerful low-frequency sounds that travel immense distances through water. The location of the bloop's origin wasn't far from the coast of Antarctica, lending credibility to this theory. The sound of a massive iceberg disintegrating could, in principle, create a noise profile similar to what the hydrophones detected. If the ocean hides 80% of its secrets, could this sound be a voice from something we've never seen? Imagine the pressure, the darkness, the sheer alien nature of the deep sea. It's an environment where life has evolved in ways we can barely comprehend. The possibility that a sound like the bloop is a biological call opens a Pandora's box of questions about the limits of life on Earth. What other wonders or horrors remain concealed beneath the waves, waiting for us to find them? The debate raged on for years. On one side, you had the romantic, thrilling idea of a giant unknown monster. On the other, the more sober, scientific explanation of natural, non-biological phenomena. For a long time, the mystery remained perfectly balanced, with compelling arguments on both sides. The sound file of the bloop became legendary online, a piece of modern folklore that represented the enduring mysteries of our planet. It was a digital ghost, a sonic riddle echoing from the abyss. So, what do you think caused the bloop? Tell me in the comments. I read every theory. Are you on Team Creature, Team Icequake, or do you have another idea entirely? Perhaps it was something we haven't even considered. The collective imagination is a powerful tool, and I'm always fascinated by the unique perspectives you all bring to these great unknowns. Let me know your thoughts down below. Years after the initial discovery, NOAA revisited the data. As their research into cryoacoustics, the study of sounds from ice advanced, the icequake theory gained more traction. In 2005, scientists began deploying hydrophones off the coast of Antarctica to specifically study the sounds of melting and cracking ice. They recorded the sounds of icebergs fracturing and grinding against the seabed. When they compared these new recordings to the 1997 bloop signal, they found striking similarities in the audio signature. In a statement, NOAA concluded that the sound was likely consistent with the noises generated by large icequakes. The mystery, it seemed, was solved. The monstrous call from the deep was just the groan of a dying glacier. A poetic, yet slightly disappointing, conclusion for those who dreamed of sea monsters. The official explanation points to a non-biological origin, closing the book on the world's most famous underwater sound. However, not everyone is convinced. Some independent researchers and enthusiasts point out that, while similar, the icequake sounds aren't a perfect match for the bloop's unique profile. The debate continues in corners of the internet and among circles of cryptozoologists. They argue that dismissing it entirely as an icequake might be premature. The ocean is vast, and our understanding of it is still in its infancy. Could there be other phenomena or even creatures capable of producing such sounds? The official explanation is the most likely, but in the realm of the unknown, certainty is a luxury. Maybe one day we'll know for sure what made the Bloop. Perhaps a future deep-sea submersible will stumble upon the remains of a colossal creature, or new data will definitively prove the icequake theory beyond any doubt. Until then, it remains one of the ocean's loudest and most captivating mysteries. A powerful reminder that, even in the 21st century, our world is still full of secrets, and the void below holds wonders we have yet to even imagine. Stay curious. The void knows. Thanks for journeying into the deep with us today. If you enjoyed this exploration of the unknown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the mysteries that surround us. We'll see you in the next video.